Courtesy of Cynthia Erivo, Wicked has gotten a lot of attention and press as of late, and none of it any good. You'd think that must have led to some very angry calls from the studio, because now she appears to regret attacking the fans. Let's dive in. Cynthia Erivo has now reacted to the backlash against her attack on the fans, creating loving fan art. For those who may have missed the background here, Deadline Hollywood summed it up as follows. On October 16th, Erivo took to social media to blast a fan-created Wicked poster that paid homage to the Broadway musical poster. The poster for the Broadway production hides Elphaba's eyes and has her wearing red lipstick with a smirk on her face. In the poster for the film, Erivo's eyes are visible and she trades the red lipstick for a green one. The original poster is an illustration. I'm a real-life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer. Because, without words, we communicate with our eyes, Erivo posted on her Instagram stories. Our poster is an homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me. And that is just deeply hurtful. She continued, "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I have seen, equal to that awful AI of us fighting. Equal to people posting the question, is your pussy green? A question which no one is posting, I might add." She continues, "None of this is funny. None of this is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us." In a sign that culture is healing, however, she didn't really get much support from anyone, because everyone recognized that the fan poster which triggered her so was made with love and the purest of intent from a genuine fan who did not deserve her lashing out that way, and so publicly at that. Her meltdown garnered the movie a lot of attention, but not of the good kind, as pretty much everyone who learned of the movie because of this now wants to see it fail. And this brings us to her response to the backlash. Like the summary of the situation I just read for you, this update comes to us from Deadline Hollywood. Cynthia Erivo reflects on blasting fan-made Wicked posters she said degraded her. "I probably should have called my friends." Well, agent and studio handler more like, but sure, let's go with friends. The story proper reads. Cynthia Erivo is reflecting on a fan-made Wicked poster she put on blast on social media, saying the edit degraded her. During the 2024 CFDA Fashion Awards, Erivo was asked about her outburst on Instagram and she said she should have called her friends instead. "I'm passionate about it, and I know the fans are passionate about it, and I think for me it was just like a human moment of wanting to protect little Elphaba. And it was like a human moment," Erivo told Entertainment Tonight. "I probably should have called my friends, but it's fine. You know, I really think someone other than her should be the ones to declare it fine. Maybe someone from the studio, as they're the ones that will have to swallow the cost of any potential box office underperformance over this." Seeing her words though, they read a little bit on the arrogant side. I want to hear how she said it, so let's head on over to Entertainment Tonight, whose exclusive this is anyway, and see her delivery.
"We love you singing. We know that you'll be singing live in Wicked. We know you just had a live screening of it with the Kardashians. How much fun was it to watch it with that family and what they think of it?"
They were really, really sweet, and they very emotional. Very high feeling people.
Yes.
They lots of tears, and it was really, really sweet. It was the first time that Ari and I got to watch it together.
That must have been so emotional.
Really lovely, yeah.
Okay, final question. You are a badass clapback queen. I love it because you spoke out about that AI poster.
It wasn't necessarily a clapback.
Well, it was just speaking out, and I loved it. And you got so much support for that. What did it mean? Why was it important to speak out, and what did the support mean?
Because I think I'm really protective of the role, and just as I'm passionate I am passionate about it, and I know that the fans are passionate about it. And I think for me, it was just like a human moment of wanting to protect the little Elphaba, and that's like a human moment. I probably should have called my friends, but
your point made so much sense. That was a cartoon animation. This is a real person. I loved it.
Thank you very
Congratulations.
much.
I cannot wait to see the film. You look fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Two thoughts on this. First, not a lot of regret there. So maybe she hasn't received any angry calls from her agents or studio handler. Maybe they're so deranged that they thought this was handled well. Erivo herself clearly does. Because her only excuse, if you can even call it that, was that she had a human moment. But it must have been a pretty big one, because she saw fit to mention it twice in the same sentence. Makes me wonder, how do you define a human moment? A triggered outburst caused by ignorance overwhelming the logic of an otherwise rational human? That would be my definition at any rate. Her peers in Hollywood, certainly the ones commenting on this Deadline Hollywood article, will certainly be using that. One comment reads, "Not much of an apology, she had a human moment, but it's fine." It's not fine. Some superfan tried to emulate the iconic poster and she lashed out like a ridiculous diva. While another says, well, at least she came close to admitting that she overreacted, which she most certainly did. As thousands of others have already said, if this is the most offensive thing that's ever happened to her, then she's led an incredibly privileged, sheltered life. And yeah, it does kind of seem that way. Before we move on though, I want to comment on something else which transpired during that red carpet interview.
Hi. This look. Okay, you are hosting tonight.
I am indeed.
But of course, you are wearing the famous Zac Posen.
I am wearing the famous Zac Posen.
So
but it's not a Zac Posen, it's a Gap studio.
So tell us though about this look and then putting her in there.
I went into my studio. We'd been sketching, coming up with ideas, but I need to get my hand. I sculpt. So I took our Gap hoodie.
Love.
Our fleece, mirrored and doubled the hood.
Look at that.
And then built, the rest down from there.
Well, and it's giving us a little bit of witchy vibes, of course.
For
we got
sure.
what you coming up. So what's your favorite part of this look?
I think it's the bodice and the hood.
Yeah, it's all about
the hood is
like
giving
this,
witch.
yeah.
Body is
But it's
Ariana.
really-
So all of that work to make her look like a witch, which I guess fits with her character in the movie. But I still gotta wonder, what the hell is with this push for witches all of a sudden? And every last one of them, from the space witches in The Acolyte, to Agatha all along in her coven, and now Cynthia Erivo, are all queer.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
Halloween came early this year, I guess. Either way, let me know your thoughts on all of this, and if Erivo's so-called apology makes you any more keen to see Wicked Part 1 in the comments.